Hey y'all, I'm Jan. Thank you for being here. So today we're going to make jumbo 3-chip cookies. I've got everything laid out here, but I'm going to go through and tell you what you need, and I'm going to get some of this stuff out of my way so we can get mixing our cookies. So for 3-chip cookies, now I also should tell you that I cut this recipe in half. The original recipe is to make 24 jumbo size cookies, but we're only going to make 12 for this. So for this recipe, and this is only for 12 cookies, 2 cups all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 sticks of butter softened, a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, 1 large egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You want a half cup of milk chocolate chips. You want a half cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You want a 1/4 cup of white baking chips. And then you want a half cup of any nut of your choosing. I'm using pecans because that's what I have on hand. So quickly I'm going to measure out the flour, baking powder, baking soda in this bowl just to get some of this stuff out of the way so we can work, and I will be right back. Okay, in here, 2 cups of flour, half teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. We're just going to give this a really good whisk, and we're going to set it aside. Okay. Now in the big bowl, half cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, half cup plus 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar. To that, we're going to add 1.5 sticks of softened butter or room temp butter. And I'm going to beat this until it is absolutely creamy. Won't make y'all watch this. I'll be right back. Now then, we're going to beat in our egg, 1 large egg. And 2 whole teaspoons of vanilla. This is a half teaspoon measure, so I'm going to add 4 of these. Oop. We'll call that done. And y'all, make sure you're scraping your sides back down. That way everything gets well incorporated when you're beating this. Okay. Now then, our flour, we're going to add in a little bit at a time. Let's say about half, and beat it in on low so it's not flying everywhere. And when you get this incorporated, pour in your other half and beat that in. And if you need to, you can finish mixing it by hand. Okay, we got our dough all mixed together. Now then, we're going to add our chips. Half a cup milk chocolate chips, half cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now I only had the mini ones, so that's what we're using. Quarter cup of the white baking chips, and a half cup of chopped up, very finely chopped up pecans. Now we're going to mix this all up. And y'all, I apologize at not being faster with these videos, but this flu has just, it's got me. This is the first time in several days I've even felt like getting out of the bed. And I've preheated the oven to 375 Fahrenheit. Okay, let me get my bake sheet. Okay, since I have a cold, I'm going to put on gloves. We're going to attempt to make every cookie a full quarter cup measure. And you want to put these about 2 inches apart on your bake sheet, since these are jumbo cookies. All right, I think this first tray we're just going to do 8. Just don't want to risk them spreading out onto each other and becoming one giant cookie. Okay. First 8, going in the oven 12 to 14 minutes. 13 minutes in the oven. I need to let these cool down for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to get them out of the pan and set them on this cooling rack and let them cool all the way off before we attempt to mess with them, or they will crumble. Here's our first batch, y'all. And they are large. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't taste them, but I'm still going to try one for y'all. They're soft in the middle. You can actually see them. Sweet. I know these are good. I wish I could taste it. Make y'all some delicious 3-chip and nut cookies. Mm. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.